When my torch got snuffed, when my life was put out in the tribe, there was no relief. There was a bit of regret that I couldn't pursue and persist in the game, because the only thing pulling me down in the game were my nicks and cuts on my hands and feet. I felt great every day, no matter how hard I worked and how dehydrated I was, how much I wanted some food with flavor. None of that mattered. It's all just tertiary. It's all superficial. I enjoyed myself to no end out in the field. Given a second opportunity, I would do it in a nanosecond. I had a blast, and the only regret I have is I'm not out there longer. My ability to finesse difficult people is definitely a nurtured aspect of my personality than a natural aspect. I do have foot and mouth disease, and only through having that foot pulled out of my mouth, usually by the knee first, is how I've learned to bite my tongue, look at longevity of time frames with certain people, and the shorter the time frame, the easier it is to deal with a total jackass. So at the same time, the amount of intensity in someone's face over duration, like at Tribe Life, it can wear someone down in ways that I wasn't really anticipating, and I learned a lot this time around in Tribe Life. My tribe more than likely missed my unwavering productivity and my lack of bitching about the inequity of productivity. I'm a workhorse. I like to work. It makes me feel good. I sleep better at night when I work hard. It was a very big exercise for me to bite my tongue and not illuminate the inequity of efforts at camp. So even though they said that I was speaking fairly condescendingly to them, I think that was a grossly overinterpreted thing due to the amount of effort that I put in, and I just don't think it was quite acknowledged. What's with kids these days? I don't have a flippin' idea. I come from an old guard in a sense, being the product of 2 ex-Marines and coming from the South. In terms of etiquette and respect and integrity and do it once, do it right, or go to a room, Mr. Cruiser, was what I was brought up with. And I think that perhaps a lot of those values are lost in this new generation of young kids. If there was a long-term hamstringing factor that affected me the most, it probably was my inability to pull back and just lounge. I would get up every morning and I'd wash the deck of the boat, of the mud and the stairs, so it'd be safe for my tribe, and I'd wash the pots and pans. There's a Buddhist phrase, doing the dishes to do the dishes. And for me, that was pulling back, just doing the dishes and swabbing the deck. It's very difficult for me to sit down and do nothing. And just because I can, and I enjoyed it, probably made the rest of my tribe feel very uncomfortable because their work ethic was very different from mine. And that may have been the long-term ostracizing factor that affected me more than any particular blow-up with Ashley or Sharia. I could have been highly intimidating and guilt providing for the other people in my tribe, simply because they probably felt bad that they weren't doing nearly as much as I did. What they didn't realize was I did it because I could, no strings attached. I could have bitched a lot more about the lack of efforts from the rest of my tribe, but that would have been, again, bad for morale. And if I can do it, why not let me do it and appreciate that fact? Although that's my perspective, not theirs, and that might have been my downfall. If I had to summarize my survivor experience, there's a phrase, something to the effect of burning twice as bright but half as long. And I wish I was still in the game, because I have got limitless efforts, creativity, energy to give this game. At the same time, I provided more in the time I was there, and was so so happy to be involved in a new place, in nature, collecting food, making camp happen, getting to know people, doing the challenges for better or for worse. I just want more of it. I dig it.